What's up, everybody? It's TheWerdOfRa. Welcome back to episode 2 of our Let's Play Skyblock Adventures. When we last left off, we had just gotten our platform and a bunch of simple setups for dirt and sifting and cobble gen going. You can see that over here. Now, if you're paying close attention, you might notice that, hey, I've got a little bit of more stuff. Look at this. We've got a nice little safety railing. Got our water over here. We've got an upper level. I haven't been up there yet. And we've got, our tree farm. But, let's go ahead and go up here. I promised that we were going to have a cool base. I hope this is cool. It's cool enough for now, at least. It's way better than a bunch of planks around a tree. And it's a lot safer, too. We've got a mob farm over there. We've got a partially finished, not really finished, but partially started farm over here. We've got to wait for some of the stuff to kind of grow in. So I've gone ahead and I played it. Let's see. You've got your wheat here. You've got your potatoes here. We've got some carrots going here. This is going to be watermelon, and this is going to be pumpkin. And as we get more seeds and access to more kinds of, I don't want to say dirt, but like growing blocks, like end stone and whatnot, then we'll go ahead and fill this out and get different things on here. So you can kind of see how this is going to be. And so if you want to check real quick, I've got armor on. I got that armor from fighting our mobs over here in the mob spawner. The mob spawner is something we're going to need to deal with today because it's a little bit dangerous. If we come in contact with a creeper, it could blow up if we're not careful, and the skeletons can hit us, and I don't like getting shot by the skeletons. So I think we're going to automate that today. We're going to automate... Oh, you hear that? Somebody's taking damage. I think that somebody is a fairy, but I don't know where the fairy is. Well, we'll see fairies flying around here. Fairies have been very, very good to us. When you kill a fairy, you get a die based on whatever color the fairy was. And because of that, we've got purple dye. And that's really going to help us today because look at all this stuff we got, by the way. We got ender pearls. We've got fire charges, orange and red and pink dye. We've got inferium essence. We've got a lot of really useful stuff. We've even got a music disc. An ice block. I mean, we've been doing really well with this mob farm, off camera, unfortunately. And we're going to make that mob farm basically automated so that we don't have to go fight the mobs ourselves, and we can just go get the good stuff. But, like I said, we were going to have a much cooler place to put our sieves. And when I also left last episode, we had talked about setting up an auto-sifter. And I was going to make a few more water wheels and I think an axle. So why don't we go ahead and set that up first? Oh, you know what we're going to do first? I changed my mind. We're going to take these ender pearls and we're going to make ourselves a nice little oops. We're going to make ourselves a I forget what it's called. The elevator mod. You'll see in just a second. I can't think of the words. Yeah, open blocks elevator. Okay. So let's take this and put it in the middle. Ooh, look at that bright sun. And we should be standing right here. And now, yeah, if you press jump and sneak, you'll go up and down between these so that we don't need this stairs anymore. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do it one more time for over here. Unfortunately, this uses all of our ender pearls, but I think that this is a good first use of ender pearls. So, and now if we can go through all the levels. So I'll just take you through our base a little bit. So it's going to be 2 floors. On the first floor, you can go all the way through. This is to get to the mob farm, and I made this little circle out here so that we can branch it off. You see there's going to be a pathway there and here, and then this I left open so the trees can grow, and then we can kind of, you know, jump down there if we want. Obviously, this is the mob farm, and then when we come in here, you go straight back, and you can get to the the plant farm. And then what I envision for up here, well, you don't need to do that anymore. Do it this way. Out this door will be an animal farm. So anyway, let's see if I can take this. Yeah, perfect. I thought I had 2. Oh, I know what happened. I took the crafting table out. There we go. So 2 is not good enough. We need 2 more, huh? Okay, let's do this. Let's clean up our mess a little bit. So I used the oak planks large. No, did I? Yeah, okay. There we go, perfect. I just kind of like the way that looks. I think, yeah, perfect. Oh. Okay, so step 1 of today is put the elevators in. Check. Next, when we left, we were going to set this up. So why don't we go ahead and do that now? Oh, I didn't bring the stuff with us. Derpy derp. Okay. So this I built ahead of time just to just to have it. But basically this is going to be the channel that our water is going to go in. And I made it out of half slab. So if we press F7, we get our light overlays. Oopsie. And you can see a little bit, at least 1 block there. Let me see if I can't. Yeah, so if I had not made that second channel, so there's slabs here with an X on it, which means that mobs can spawn at night. And then the second row of slabs is a half slab because it would have more X's, and then we might get mobs spawning underneath our base. It's not that big of a deal, but we just, you know, we want to control mob spawning, and we want to make sure that that happens when and where we want it to happen. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the bottom. Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Okay, so which way you're facing matters. And we want it to go on the bottom this way with the axle going in the direction that we're going to be building. And I still put it in the wrong place. Well, actually, yeah, no, I don't want it here. Is it X? I wanted it to go on the second one. Yeah. And this is like kind of like a multi-block structure. You can see, you know, if I, well, it looks like there's no blocks I run into, but basically, by putting this auto sifter here, it detects all the sieves, and it will shake them all at the same time. Now, it will only shake, it'll shake all of them, but it'll only use sieves with mesh in them. So I think the row here doesn't have any mesh in it yet, which we'll fix today. So it's only going to use these 4, and once we put mesh in the other sieves, then it'll start using that. And then we're going to do this just to get out of the machine, and then I want to do this. And just be careful. So again, what direction you're facing matters. So we don't want anything like that. And we can get this running pretty quickly. Perfect. Okay, so that's 8, and we talked about 8 last time being how far 1 bucket of water will go for the purposes of spinning these wheels. Well, for the purpose of how far in the world. Yeah, see, there's 4 here, and then these outside areas don't have sieves. Alright, so let's get this started. And we can see Well, you can't see, but you'll know if the water made it all the way down there because it's spinning. Oh, you can see it from this side, I think. Maybe? No. But you can see that it's spinning, so you know that there's water there. And you can see that they start spinning faster and faster as you get closer to the water source. And what's happening is this one spins a little bit, which this one then starts at that speed, and then it spins a little bit more because there's water next to it. And then this one starts at the speed of this one, and it spins a little bit more, and then all the way down until you get here. I added this axle because I think I could have put the water wheel here, but I just think that would have looked silly, and I just don't like that. So I added the axle. But the axle gets it to go, gets this shaft all the way into the auto sifter, and as you can see, it's sifting. Oh, and while we're down here, put a hopper. So you can hopper items into the auto sifter, which we are definitely going to do. Let's go ahead and sleep. So if I remember correctly, so I wanted to put the auto sifter where it was so that the hopper sat right next to this wall. And so what we can do is we can build, I don't know if I have any chests. No, I don't have any chests. Okay. Let's build a chest right now. And we'll just put that right on top for the time being. And I think I saved, yeah, so I was sifting all of this dust, these ores you see here, that came from me doing the sifting manually. And you can see my compressed stone hammer, I used that to get all this dust. And I've been doing all this stuff manually, and I decided at some point to stop sifting the dust that I had because I thought I had enough to build all the stuff that I needed to build off screen. I know this is kind of a big change. Obviously, we went from a tiny little slab island to this, but you know, it was just regular vanilla building using my chisel, and I didn't think I don't want my Let's Plays to be about building so much. I mean, we should live in a cool building, and then if building would be a cool thing to watch, then I'd do it. But I think that, you know, watching me just place a bunch of bricks isn't very exciting. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this dust in here. Actually, we're not going to do that quite yet. We'll just put 16 just to show. And see, all 4 got filled up. And if we had more, it would go. And then what this is going to do is it's going to pop it up just like you would normally have if I was sifting it. And in fact, if I wanted to, I could aid this along by doing this, which I think we'll just do right now to finish it up. There we go. So I was able to speed it up. So one problem that we're going to have is, as you noticed, the blocks, what do you want to call it? The drops? Yeah, sure. The drops from the sieves pop up, and they need to be collected. They're in the world, and that's not good. So we need to collect those. I was thinking that we could make an item collector from cyclic. So that takes lapis, 3 hoppers, and 2 droppers, and 2 pieces of iron. So that's 15, 16, 17 iron, 2 redstone, and 9 lapis. I don't know where my iron is. Oh, good, we've got a lot. Okay. And I guess I'll use that redstone. And then I think I needed... Do these need cobblestone? Ooh, an enderman. Yeah, let's go get him. I think that was an enderman. Nope. Yeah, that was a skeleton. Skeleton... Oh, lag. Skeleton legs and enderman legs look very similar from far away. Alright. Oh, right, I needed to get cobblestone. Get so distracted. 32 should do. Okay. Let us get 2 of these. Let us get 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Let us get a block of these. And 1 of these. Okay, cool. So this is a very cool block. I think I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put it right here. And what this block does, oh dear, I have shaders on, so you can't see the well, you can, but the preview's kind of messed up. Yeah, see how you can see these blocks, but unfortunately my shaders are messing them up. They would just show up, you know, ugh, I'm going to turn it off. I don't like this. They would show up normally, but basically what we want to do is we can change the size that this collects from, and we want to change it to a 3x3 so that it's only, let's see if, you know, ugh, this is bad. Okay, I'm sorry. But we only want it to collect in this area, because if we made it bigger, if we drop something over here, it would pick it up. And that's not the end of the world, but, you know, maybe we want to drop something on purpose. So now, and it doesn't take energy, so this is really important. This doesn't take energy. It's always on. We can even filter it if we want, which I guess is another way of fixing the sizing issue. But it's always on. We can filter if we want, and we can get the items out of it using item conduits. So now what we'll do is we'll drop these in here, and we'll let it just go while we're working. And I think what I'll do is I'll put all this stuff that, oops, I'm full. Put all this stuff over here because it can be a drop, and so as it, you already got tin ore already. Wonderful. And a diamond. Okay, so we've got sieving already automated. Got item collection from the sieving going, and we don't need power. So that's really, this is a really useful system. We're going to get into power today, but by having the sieve not take power, we can have a powered sieve. So it's called an auto-sieve. Right here, it's very effective. That's a compressed sieve, auto-heavy sieve. Oh, interesting. Steel. Oh, that's gonna be expensive. How do you make steel? Well, we'll worry about that later. Anyway, the auto sieves we can make, and they're actually really good, and you can speed them up. And you know, even though it's one sieve, it will do way more than these 3x3 sieve will do as far as speed goes. But it requires power, and it requires 40 RF a tick, which is a lot. Given that the first Dynamo we're going to make, I think, only makes 40 or 50, so it's kind of a big deal that this is passive. So anyway, oops, yeah, this is great. Okay, let's go ahead and cover this up. Boom. Where did I go? Oak. Oh yeah, made too many. Okay. So next, I said we were going to make power. Why don't we go ahead and do that? So we're going to make the Magmatic Dynamo. And the reason we're going to make the Magmatic Dynamo is because the Magmatic Dynamo, as the name implies, runs on lava. And as you remember, we can make lava. So if we can make lava, and we've got a dynamo that can make lava, and we can make lava basically for free. We just pump cobblestone from the cobblestone generator into the crucible, melt it down into lava, and then take that lava and pump it into the Magmatic Dynamo. By doing that, we'll be able to have an infinite source of power. Now, we'll have to scale it up over time, but yeah, it's going to be pretty good. So step one, we've got to make, let's see, that's silver. We've got to make Invar and Invar ingots. Invar gears, which are made from Invar ingots. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the way we make Invar ingots, the way we're going to make it is through Invar blend. And you make Invar blend with iron ore dust and pulverized nickel. And the easiest way to do that is here, maybe. So we need, let's see, this is going to be 4. We need more nickel. I don't want to run. Do we have nickel already? We need that silver. Oh, we don't have any nickel. We'll need these two. Yeah, I don't see any nickel. Wait, isn't that not how this is supposed to work? You double click and it only highlights the nickel? Oh, there we go. That was weird. I'm not sure why this isn't working. Oh well, don't worry about it. By the way, what I was trying to do is if you double click and you type in what you want, like iron ore pieces. Yeah, there we go. Iron ore piece, and it only highlights the iron ore. And I was trying to do that for nickel. How do you spell pulver? Is it pulverized nickel? Nickel dust. We do have it. Oh, wonderful. That's exactly what I was trying to do. Sorry, being a little silly, forgetting how all the things work. Okay, we are going to make this in here. Drop that in there. These two will make two. We'll make 4, and it's 2 iron to every nickel, so that's going to make us 6 total invar. You'll see in a minute. Let's go ahead and get this. Sleep? Yes. Doop, doop. Invar blend, 6 of it. Okay, we'll let that do its thing, and we'll keep going. Okay, so we need to make... Oh, I'm going to need another piece of redstone. I guess I'll just have to wait for this. Be right back. And that's the last one. Alright. So we're going to make a gear. And then that should be it to make the Magmatic Dynamo. Excellent. Now there's one more thing we're going to have to do. We need to get fluid ducts. We can't just get any fluid duct. So this is the first tier fluid duct. And it says will break if contents are extremely hot or cold. Lava is definitely extremely hot. So what we need is the hardened fluid ducts, which it says contents may be any temperature. And the way we make that, more invar. I was not aware of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put that in here. Get out the nickel. We just need 1. Okay, while that's pulverizing, we will grab our lava out of here. We're going to grab our crucible, and we're going to leave that torch. Well, I guess it's not lighting anything up, but we'll leave it anyway. And we're going to do it down here. I've got cobblestone. Alright, so what we want to do, I think this is a good spot, is I'm going to build a hole, and I'm going to put that bucket of lava that was in the crucible, I'm going to put that here. And what that's doing is that is going to, oops, I need that back down there. That is going to power the crucible. There we go. And now, check on this, should be done. Boop. Throw that in here, and then we'll be back. So now what'll happen is, as we put cobblestone in here, it's going to melt down at a rate of 7x, which, if you remember, it was at a rate of 3 with the torch. So we made it go a little bit faster, and that's good for us. We're going to upgrade this to a rate of 20 times a little later on when we got better resource production going, but no big deal. Now this needs a lead ingot. And we're also going to need servos, which need a piece of glass and 2 redstone. Let's go ahead and get this. Hardened fluid ducts, context maybe any temperature. Perfect. And then we're going to make a servo, which is iron nuggets. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this come off the top and go into the Magmatic Dynamo. Do we have a wrench? I don't see a wrench. Isn't that what this is called? Chisels and bits wrench. I don't think we can use that. This is extra utilities wrench. We might be able to use that. Extreme reactors. Hammer core. Oh, here we go. Okay. Blue dye and an iron ingot. I know we can use this wrench. So we just need 2 blue dye and an iron ingot. I don't think we have blue dye. Let's see what we've gotten in here. Nothing. Oh dear. Okay. This is gravel and iron. Let me, real quick, the reason I want the wrench is so that we can change this around. And we can do this manually by just picking it up and replacing it, but we're ultimately going to want the wrench. So yeah, see, it's not working correctly. We can leave it like this for now. Okay, just turn this on and we should be getting lava flowing in. And now this is making at 50 RF a tick, filling this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably call this a wrapping up point. Sorry, I feel like I really should have gotten that wrench made. The issue with wrenches, why I didn't want to choose all these different wrenches, some of them we could definitely make, is that not all the wrenches work across the mods, and I know that the RF Tools wrench, the Smart Wrench, does. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make some gravel between episodes. I'm going to go ahead and put it in our auto sifter, and then I'm going to get that lapis, and then when we come back in next episode, we'll have what we need to make a wrench. And then what we're going to do next episode is we are going to get into making some of the RF stuff, like a pulverizer and a furnace. And I think this is going to get where the fun's going to start happening, because we're going to be able to automate some of the stuff we want to put into the sieve. So when we put that in the sieve, we can have the cobblestone auto-generate to go into here, and we can also have the cobblestone auto-generate to go into the pulverizer to create some of the stuff we need to go into the sieve, pump that into the sieve, and then we've got a fully functioning system that we don't have to mess with anymore, and we can start amassing a decent amount of resources. So next episode, let's look into that. I hope you guys had fun. If you did, go ahead and subscribe. If not, that's all right. Leave a comment. Tell me what I could do better. I would love to hear from you guys. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you next time. Have fun, everybody.